And as many of you know, I have 2 tattoos, right? I got the drug-free tattoo, and I got my mother birth and death date because she died 4 years ago, right? And this buffoon looked at my mother tattoo and said, in the middle of sex, "Oh, your mom died? My condolences. I'm so sorry." What is wrong with you? In the middle of it, he brings up my dead mom. This guy just tapped me on Grindr, but he's wearing a Daffy Duck hoodie. I don't know how to feel about it. This guy just tapped me on Grindr. He's wearing a Daffy Duck hoodie. What do you think?
I mean, he doesn't.
True. That's another thing. I don't trust people that much when they don't post their face on these apps, okay? I get it if you're in the closet or something. Understandable. But then there's also like 50-50 chance of just cheating. Right? True. I said it was in my pants.
I mean, to be fair, there are a lot of people. Hey, dating apps are not gross, okay? Some of the best times I've ever had with people have been on Tinder.
Hey, PDX, okay, look, I could go the old route, but I just use these apps to kind of meet people, you know, maybe have, and you know, if I felt like it, maybe having a nice time. Never know. Oh, here's a story. Here's a story of the worst, experience I've had on this app. So, there was a person who, number one, couldn't come to my place because their car was in the shop, so I went to their place, right? And I opened the door, and they have no furniture. None. And I mean zero. Zero furniture. And I look, and I'm like, okay. And they bring me to this room, and there's just a blanket. They wanted me, this guy wanted me to engage in the coitus with him on a blanket on the floor. And so I try my best, and they seem happy with how it was going. They seem very happy with how it was going. I wasn't. I don't know how to put this in a mature manner, but like, how do I say this without being mean? Looser than a hula hoop?
Bish was looser than a 5-man gangbang.
Stop. Looser than a hula hoop. Anyway. I couldn't, it was so bad that I didn't even know if I was in or not, okay? Anyway. After that, during that, I take off my shirt and part of that. And as many of you know, I have 2 tattoos, right? I got the drug-free tattoo, and I got my mother birth and death date because she died 4 years ago, right? And this buffoon looked at my mother tattoo and said, in the middle of sex, "Oh, your mom died? My condolences. I'm so sorry." What is wrong with you? In the middle of it, he brings up my dead mom. And then is surprised when I'm no longer in the mood and it ends. And so I'm like, yeah, I think I'm done here. I don't really want to engage in this anymore. And so after we engage, and I don't want to call it pillow talk because there was no pillow, so we engage in floor talk. And I'm sitting there, and the person asked me about my work, and I say, oh, I work in politics generally. And he's like, oh, really? And then he starts asking me questions. Were you there? Even though it wasn't with you. What do you think of what happened on the 6th at the Capitol? Do you believe that really happened? Yeah, I was there. Did you participate? No. Well, yeah, just certain people were telling me that isn't really how it, like, you know, how it happened. I was like, I can give you photos off my phone. Like, it happened. And then later, he was like, man, I'm so happy Trump is no longer in there. I think if he had 4 more years, he was going to start the purge. Do you think he would have done that? No, I don't think he would have done that. I don't believe he has the constitutional authority to start the purge. I think you'd have to change the Constitution in order to actually do the purge. I'm sorry. That's not how that works. He was like, oh, can you get me in contact with Biden? No, that's pretty far up. I don't have those ties. Well, at least Kamala then. No. No, I cannot get you in contact with Kamala Harris. Anyway. After he limped out of the room, I got dressed as quickly as possible and got the hell out of there. And you know what? I'm going to now be I'm gonna have to ask people from now on. You got a bed, right? At least a couch. I can deal with a couch. We got something. Right? Did I get the finish? I did not get the finish. No. After he brought up my mom, I was done. Oh, he got the finish. He finished a few times. He was able to finish on his back, okay? He was able to finish laying down. I didn't get to once. So that is my worst grinder experience ever. Oh, and then the guy asked me for money because it was his birthday. You don't believe me anymore? He's still on my app. I haven't talked to him since. You're just gonna have to believe me, because I'm not gonna expose someone on Grindr, okay? Also on this app, I keep getting confused for a trans woman. People keep messaging me like, hey beautiful, how's it going? I'm like, oh well, thank you. I do look quite nice today. They keep confusing me for a woman. It's okay, I'm cute. I know I'm cute, okay? But I'm a man. A guy once told me, give me that N-word dick in the heat of the moment. As I finished, I felt like I was tricked, trapped. I felt filthy, left immediately. I still hear it sometimes. Yeah, a lot of people racialize sex, right? Like, I guess, like, some of it, like, if you're gonna do number one, I don't think that's ever permissible, right? Like, that feels super, super gross to me. Like, the most I could ever accept is, like, and I still like hear, ooh, like, for example, that same guy, oh my God, the guy was black, by the way, and he said to me, like, yeah, give me that vanilla at one point, too. And that, like, made me feel really weird. I was like, does he mean, like, my semen? Or does he mean, like, me? Anyway, that was a terrible experience. Look, I'm not, like, I can top, right? I can. But man, did that make me not want to top anytime soon again, okay? This was terrible. Terrible. And this was right after I broke up too. Terrible. Terrible, terrible, terrible. You wanted some spice, obviously. Probably considering an ice cream maker. You know what? Maybe. Maybe needed some vanilla extract. Every time I'm on Grindr, I get some variation of, oh, Thug Daddy, or oh, so the stereotype is true, and I just want to jump in a lake. That's another thing about the guy. And, okay, I'm not saying this to brag, but this pissed me off. Because he was like, afterwards, he was like, my gosh, that was great. And I'm sitting there like, yeah, sure, whatever. And he's like, I didn't expect that at all. I thought you'd be so much smaller. It's like, what? He was like, yeah, I was expecting this. Why? He's like, well, you know. And I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you? You do all that, and then you're talking about, oh, I'm so happy that you blew away my expectations. Anybody touching you would blow away fucking your expectations, or that's what it should be. Do you get those old dudes who on Grindr who offer to pay? It always gives me out. Some dude offered to pay me today. Somebody want to be my sugar daddy. So when's the second date? Never. Never again. You want to know what? On stream, immediately after I said I broke up, 1 minute after, somebody sent me a message. Can we bang? I'm a trap. Immediately. They couldn't even wait.
Hell yeah.
Not even a minute. These parasocial relationships are going too far, okay? Look. I'm doing my best to recover. To recover after all the lunacy that was the end of my last relationship, okay? And it's good to see that I guess some people find me somewhat attractive, I guess, but Jesus, could you at least have waited 5? This is my first full Dylan Burns stream. Gotta say, better than I expected. Oh, just like that one guy. That's a lot bigger than I expected. I feel like I'm limping. I was like, what? Okay, cool. Thanks. Why'd you expect something different?